Hi everybody, how are you doing? One of the things I got for Christmas was a present for myself, and that is a new guitar pedal. Always great fun to have a new guitar pedal to play with. This is, as I'm sure you've seen from the thumbnail, the Digitech Freqout, or Freqout. Freqout because I just like the way it's formed as a word. I came across this pedal by watching Ben Eller's channel. He did a walkthrough of NAMM 2023, which I'll link in the description, and he played through this pedal, and I was immediately taken with what it did. One of the issues I have with how I record guitar is I don't have an amplifier. I'm doing everything straight from the guitar through effects pedals in through a sound card onto the computer. No microphones are harmed in this methodology. That doesn't give me the ability to have harmonic frequency feedback. When the guitar note, the resonant vibration of the string gets picked up because the pickup begins to hear what the amp is doing, and that causes a vibration in the string, which causes a note to be heard. And that's when you get those screeching end of notes that you probably heard at the sound sample at the beginning. I don't get that because I don't have an amp. This emulates it. It says on the box, natural feedback creator. I don't know how they're defining the word natural there, because natural would be that methodology that I described. A vibrating note, making a sound, comes through an amplifier. That sound itself is then picked up by the pickup, and that creates a loop that causes a resonance, and you get a note out of it. Famously, guitarists such as Steve Vai and Santana would mark points on the stage. They'd walk round the stage and work out, if I stand here and I play this note, I get this note back from my amplifier. That seems a lot of work. This is all going to do the magic for us. So I got this off eBay, didn't pay full price. I managed to get it nice and cheap. Obviously the guitarist didn't like it. That's fine, but let's have a look inside the box and see what we get. Nice little box by Digitech, I think. Interesting, this still says Harman on it. Harman were the company that DoD sold the whole brand to back in the 90s, and it was recently then, I think in the 2020s, it was bought by Cort. Cort are this incredibly big manufacturer of guitars. First off, this was nice. It has a little protective shield on it. Obviously not going to really protect it against much damage, but kind of presents the pedal to you in a nice way. It's a bit of old polyurethane plastic. Just, crackly, noisy stuff, but nice little touch, I thought. Here's the pedal. Very simple controls. We've got input, output for your guitar, foot switch, noiseless, no click. And then we have some controls. We have a switch here, which is momentary, so that would be momentary on, pushing it down, the effect works. Off, click it, and it's on until you click it again and turns it off the traditional way a latching foot switch would work. Underneath that there is a dry switch, which allows you to either make sure that the dry signal is passed through, or turned off, or you just get the effect passing through. Just adds another level of control about what you wanted to do with it. Because you could, in theory, have this just as a tone generator, not actually passing the guitar tone at all, just the feedback, and that feedback could go into other effects. It's an interesting idea. But normally, obviously, you want it on, so that your guitar tone and your feedback, your sound, what this does, is passed out. The two controls here are actually three. If you look closely here, we've got a dual rotary potentiometer, the center pot, and an outer collar. And these, the first one controls the gain. That's the level of the feedback that will come out, so the actual volume. You can have it very loud, you can have it very subtle, or off altogether. It goes down to 0, we'll show that in the sound samples. And in the side, that pot is another pot, which is the onset. The onset is how quickly the feedback sound will occur. With it all the way over to the left-hand side, it's going to be really quick. I mean, almost instantaneously. And to the other side, it's going to take a longer time for that sound to occur. And what we'll do both extremes and see what that actual delay is. Underneath it is the type. Now this is a notched rotary controller rather than a potentiometer. It's switching between different types of feedback that we can get. Starting from the left hand side, sub, first, second, third, fifth, natural low and natural high. We will go through each one of these. Oh, before we go there, what I didn't show you what else came with this pedal. It looked like it came with a sticker, but that sticker has gone. The guy who bought this originally probably has a nice Digitech sticker on his guitar case or on his guitar. Maybe it said Freqout. Oh, I would love that. Never mind. We also have a registration card. Not even a registration card, just telling you how to register the product with Digitech. And finally, we have, oh look, there's a bit of information on the back. Maybe I'll read that out while I'm setting stuff up. The important safety instructions and quick start, aussi en français, consigné de sécurité important. All of this is safety information. Interestingly, there is an electromagnetic compatibility compliance here, so there's obviously something about electromagnetics and pickup, sort of emulating what the pickup does inside. I'm not going to do a teardown. Are you kidding? No. I don't think I am. Allen key bolts on the corners, and yeah, looks like it actually is openable. It's not under warranty because I bought it second hand. Made in China, serial number and all that stuff on the back, and whoever had it last has put the right side of Velcro on the bottom of the pedal, the hook side, rather than the loop side. I have had pedals with loop side on the it's like, why are you doing that? Anyway, let's move on. The quick start literally is this small box down here. Try and get that centre aside so you can have a look at it. Just describes what I went through earlier on about what bits and bobs are on the top of the pedal. What it didn't describe was this LED array. This shows the amount of feedback that the machine is generating. So you'll see your note come through and then it blooms out. As I should say, you'll see that in the sound demos when we do that. And right on the bottom, it says download the owner's manual from Digitech.com. So this isn't an owner's manual, it didn't come with an owner's manual. You have to actually go get the owner's manual. It's the modern way, man. It's the modern way. Everyone's got computers. Quick one thing to add, I didn't mention the power requirements of this. It is 9 volt, 300 milliamps. So a little bit more than your normal power supply. Bear that in mind when working out whether you can fit it on your board or not. See you in a bit. All right, let's get nip to the studio. So here we are, back in the studio. I've got the Freqout plugged in. It is in the mono part of my chain. It is coming out of the onset, the Landvogen onset, which is the volume grabber, great little thing. Into that goes off to the sustainer, then back into the stereo chain chorus amp, Lex, la 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 la, up into the reverb. All I've got turned on at the moment is the compressor. The compressor is turned on, the amp sim is turned on, and the Boss RV500 is turned on. I'll put myself above the Boss RV500. The guitar, this is the Spectre NS6A, about 30 years old now. All right, Freqout's off. Here's my clean tone with lots of reverb. All right, now we're going to go through the various sound settings one by one. We'll start with the dry signal being on. and the momentary off. And we'll put everything at noon in a note. That in itself is interesting. Not only is it creating a resonant feedback note from the note that I've played, I can use the tremolo arm to manipulate that note. Let's do that again. This is a sub, an octave below, or 2 octaves below, I think. Even when that note dies off and it's just that signal, oh, what's cutting that off? I think that's the point. Ooh, whoops. But that was a G, the open G, 3rd string. Muted all my notes and it still continued. Interesting. There's a deep sub there. It's not as loud, I don't think, whether that's my pedal chain cutting it out, but it thinks it's pretty, I can just about hear it. Ooh, kind of rich. All right, that's the sub. Let's go to the first. So that's roughly the same note. Roughly the same note. That's what it's trying to do. It's emulating that same note, just continuing. Okay, second. Not bad tracking, is it? It is a bit artificial sounding, I can hear that, but not bad. That's the second harmonic. Let's try the third. Ah, there it is. So, first is unison, well, the same note. Second, octave above, which is the actual harmonic on the guitar, that 12th fret harmonic. Go to third. There you go, hear the same note. Turn the pedal off. That's the note. So the third is the 7th fretted harmonic of that note. Fifth. That's the 4th fretted harmonic. It describes itself as the 5th harmonic, but it's on the 4th fret on the open string. I was playing a D on the open string, and it's the same note that you would play if you were playing the 4th fretted harmonic. And then we get into natural low. Natural high. That's a clean tone. This thing isn't designed to be played in a clean tone, so let's put some grip. Let's put the Gladio on. And some feedback. Very nice. Very epic. Let's try a bit more. Let's go for side 2 on the Gladio. Let's try the neck pickup. It's nice. So, in summary, the sub gives you an octave below the note you play. The first gives you the same note. The second gives you an octave above. The third gives you the 5th note an octave above. The 5th gives you a major third 2 octaves above. Nat low or natural low is a random selection from the above, excluding the 5th, which is the major third. And nat high or natural high is a random selection from the above, but excluding sub. Right, so let's have a go at changing. We're going to keep it on the natural high. I think we've got an idea what that does. If we take the center pot down, even though the LEDs are glowing beautifully, we can't hear anything. We can just hear the guitar. Let's send it up all the way. We've still got the onset in the middle, by the way. Yeah, man. That's a nice major 9th, major 7th. does feel like I'm feedbacking an amp. That's amazing. And what's that delay? Difficult to give it a stab and sound, but that's halfway. Let's increase the onset to maximum. Felt like 4 seconds to get full, but it was a gradual increase, wasn't it? Watch those LEDs because they are I like that. Now, of course, with the dry switch, we can just make the pedal do the feedback. All I've done is flick that dry switch, so you'll hear no guitar note. Shame it cuts off. I'm not too sure if it's the pedal that's doing that or something else. I don't think there's anything. I haven't got any gates at all. I've got no gainer at the moment in time. I think it's basically, I can't hear the note anymore, I'm going to shut off. It would be nice maybe had a bit of a taper on that, but can't have everything, can you? Apparently not. So that's the onset all the way over and the dry signal off. A lot slower, I'd say 4 seconds, but I will actually do a bit of a timer on it for the video for you people at home. But I like that sound, it's good. It's a heavy gain at the moment, so we'll bring that down to halfway. As I say, with it off, there's no sound at all, but 3/4 of a way. A lot more subtler, quieter in the background, fine. Halfway, which is, I guess, probably unity. This is with the onset all the way. 3/4. And full. Interesting, it's coming up with different notes, isn't it? That's because I've got it on the natural high, I think, and it's guessing which one to choose. Maybe that's just, it's not working out what key, it's just throwing one of them out. If I choose a more reliable, let's choose the second. Apologies for the different note, but you get the idea. It seems it has more sustain. But maybe that's just a different note. Natural high again. It does seem to die off a bit more on that. I kind of like that natural high. It's nice. Now, in the manual, what it says is you can turn off the dry and turn up the gain and make it sound like you're playing an EBow. But my EBow is not charged. So oh yes it is, yes it is. So does it sound like an EBow? And I can tell you now, I've played an EBow. Anybody who's played an EBow knows it doesn't sound like an EBow. It just sounds similar. But I'm going to play, first off, let's do some notes with just the ebow. Doesn't sound like it. Now, ebows have a switch on the back which turns it on. That is the ordinary ebow function. And then there's a harmonic function as well. To give you a that does not sound like the Freqout. It sounds similar, it's trying to do a similar thing, but it's different. That is a lot more like feedback, which is what it's designed to do. So take that with a pinch of salt that it sounds like an ebow, because I don't think an ebow sounds like an ebow. Maybe we'll do another video on ebows. Shout out Chords of Orion. Great guy, makes amazing music, does a lot on ebow as well, but I'm going to put my little take on this thing. I love it. One of the things I wanted to get when I got back into guitaring was that, and I've got one. I love it. Yes, it's an amazing thing. But it's all about magnets, man. It's all about magnets. It's about making the string vibrate, but also it's about putting the magnet into the magnetic field of the pickup. That changes the note that you're playing. It's one of the reasons I have a compressor on the board. It's because of this thing. Well, we'll do that. We'll save that for another day, shall we? Okay, well, I'm just going to do a bit of playing and a bit of gain on it and see how it takes. So let's give a drone out. Let's do... yeah, that works for me as a thing. I'm not going to change that. There's a lot of harmonic possibilities with this. Yeah, it's going to encourage me to wig out, and I don't really do a lot of wigging out. But the option's there to create extra notes in what I do. We got something. What a great pedal. 120 quid. Not bad, is it? In the manual it says to put it in the front of your guitar chain, and I can understand that. It wants to emulate your guitar tone as much as possible. It wants to hear your guitar tone, nothing else. It wants to hear the guitar tone and then allow your effects to do the same thing to your guitar tone as it would. So that makes sense. I don't know how that fits with a fuzz. I don't have a fuzz unit. The closest thing I come to a fuzz is this thing, which isn't, it's a fuzzy preamp, but it's not bad. I've got it after my compressor and after the onset, but the onset is a particular thing. Yeah, so it is right now tuner, compressor, onset, Freqout, volume pedal, and then into everything else. I'm happy with that. Okay, that'll do for now. I love this thing. I think it's great. I hope you liked it, or I hope it's helped you make up your mind about whether you want one or not. On to the next video. All right, see you soon. Peace.